Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about something that literally has my knickers in a knot, and I've been seeing it in the news for a while and I've been hearing a lot about it. I haven't spoken out directly to it, and I'm going to today. And in particular, I'm talking about the stereotypes, the bias, the racism that we are hearing in regards to how it is that brown people, that South Asian people, in Canada in particular, because this is where I live, but I'm sure it's prominent in the US and in other parts of the world as well, that brown people, that South Asian people are being really lackadaisical, callous about COVID, that we are super spreaders, that we don't care about COVID and following the rules, that we like to gather in large groups and pack our houses filled with people because we don't care about COVID, we don't care about public health. And in my view, this is a very good example of not only the lack of understanding of how systemic racism permeates our society, but this ideology, this belief, this thought process itself is racist. And let me break down what the actual issue is here. Systemic racism is at play. If it is that brown people, that South Asian people are in fact we do in fact have higher rates of COVID, and in fact we know some of the data, because we know that, for example, in some of the areas in BC there are high rates of COVID amongst the South Asian community, in the Toronto region, and more. That this is not because we don't care about COVID, it's because of systemic racism. And in particular, I'm thinking about the financial imperative that pushes people who come from lower class backgrounds, who have lower socioeconomic status in our society, to work in this moment. And then in addition, the other financial implications. So we know that there's an overrepresentation of brown and black people in jobs that require you to be in person, that also push you to be in a place where there's high density of people. And I'm thinking of industries like manufacturing, like distribution, like deliveries. Hello Amazon deliveries and hello Uber Eats deliveries. Like, I can tell you right now that every single one of my Uber Eats deliveries and my Amazon deliveries have been in the hands, the packages and the foods have literally been in the hands of black and brown people. Not one white person has delivered a package or food item to me over the last 8 months, not one white person. So manufacturing, distribution, deliveries, hospitals, nursing homes, childcare, elder care, cleaning services, and so much more. That there is an overrepresentation of brown and black people in these roles. And by the way, these roles are lower paying roles. They are filled by people who come from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, who are desperately seeking to work in order to meet financial needs. And in doing so, they are putting their lives at risk, their health at risk, the health of their families at risk, in order to serve affluent people. And who are affluent people in our society? White people. In other words, brown and black people in this moment are putting their lives and their health at risk in order essentially to serve people who are affluent, who mostly are white people. In getting to these jobs, brown and black people are using public transportation and are in places where there is higher density. And then at the end of the day, when they are done doing their jobs, they go home to houses or homes, apartments, and more that have higher amounts of people in them potentially. And I've heard a lot about how it is that South Asian people, brown people, we like to live in large communities in our homes because of culture, and it's a cultural thing. And yes, there is a cultural element to it, without a doubt, although I can tell you right now that for a lot of us, we're like, no thank you, like I have no desire to live in an extended family situation. Anywho, that's a story for another day. But really what we're talking about here is the financial imperative that causes people to live in homes that are occupied by large numbers of people, that this is a financial imperative. And so as you can see, my knickers are fully in a knot. Like, I can tell as I'm speaking, I'm like being animated, and I can feel the energy surge in me because I'm just so tired of hearing this stereotype. And then the other thing I wanted to share excuse me, is that this racism, this bias, this stereotyping is harmful, it is damaging. And let me tell you how that is. I know this firsthand because right now, as you'll have seen in a video I recently posted about my mom being really unwell and how we're navigating her health right now, we are in the midst of navigating the healthcare system. And this stereotype that brown people spread COVID and don't care about COVID is directly impacting us in the quality of the services that we're receiving. Because when people hold the racist belief that brown people spread COVID and don't care about COVID and COVID protection and more, it shows up in how we are treated in our experiences, including in our experiences navigating the healthcare system. And so my hope is that after today and watching this video, not only will you share this message, this video, but more importantly that you, every time you hear this racist ideology being spread, that you call it out, that you join me in calling it out so that we can interrupt this form of racism that's permeating all of what we're doing right now. So thanks as always for watching.